How's it going? Adam Drake here, and today I want to talk about clutch retaining screws for your nitro engine. So the clutch retaining screw is what essentially holds the clutch bell, the bearings, everything onto the crankshaft of the engine. Seems pretty simple. What's the big deal? 3mm screw with a washer and you're set. Well, one thing to be really careful of, and where that screw makes a big difference, is if you ever break that screw off into the crankshaft, you're in trouble. Not only is it difficult to remove, it's something that the crankshaft is really expensive. So if you're not able to extract that screw, you have to buy a new crankshaft for your engine. If the screw does break off, I recommend taking it to a local machine shop. They can fixture the crankshaft or the engine into a vise, center drill it, and use a easy out to extract that screw. But I get emails frequently about, hey, I broke the screw off of my crankshaft. And a lot of times I'll ask, what type of screw are you using? A lot of times just like a standard 3mm cap head screw, that's what a lot of people use. The problem with some of the cap head screws is the hex, the 2.5mm hex, is broached too deep. So where that head ends up meeting the shaft where the threads are, there's really not much material. So if you are going to use just a standard screw, I prefer to use a button head or a flathead screw. But OS makes a clutch retaining screw. It comes in a 3-pack. We have these available. It is a cap head, but it's a cap head where the head isn't broached as deep as a lot of normal cap head screws. And it also has a shoulder built onto it that works as a washer. So you don't have to use a separate washer with the OS clutch retaining screw. I've been using these for a long time, and I guess, things can happen with any screw. I've never had one of these break. I've never seen one of these break off in the crankshaft. Not saying that that's not possible or it can't happen, but I've seen it time and time again. There's so many companies that make kind of these cool looking or bling clutch retaining screws and nuts that are titanium in different colors. In my opinion, I would avoid that, especially for nitro racing. It's so important to make sure that your stuff is strong and durable. And yes, we want it to look really cool. We want to have that bling, but this isn't a place where I think that's important. So like I said, I recommend either using 3mm button head or cap head, both with washers, or not cap head, flathead or button head, or the OS clutch retaining screws. I'll take a little bit closer look or show you a picture of how these screws look just so you can get a better idea of that. And again, these are available through the Drake Racing or through most places that carry OS products.